welcome back home to my channel, right where you guys belong, or welcome to my channel, right where you guys belong. After you're done watching this, go ahead and check out some more videos. I do have story times and beauty routines. Don't be shy. While you're at it, don't forget to add me on Instagram and Twitter. I am always posting on there when I'm not posting on here. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing my experience with you guys that I recently had. There are going to be some things obvious to some and not so obvious to others. I don't know about vehicles. Every car that I have driven, that I've had in my name, whenever problems arise with the car, I try to learn about it. So with that being said, I ask that you guys be respectful in the comments, not only to me but to each other. This is a learning experience. Not everybody knows the same thing. Not everybody has knowledge in certain categories like other people. I'm going to be telling you guys the story from start to finish, where I am right now. So if you guys are interested in seeing how this played out and learning what I learned, then please keep watching this video. So this story is actually very recent. This took place at the end of July. It was about like 5:30. I was out running errands about 25 minutes from my house. I tried to start my car wouldn't turn on. When your car doesn't turn on, that typically means that your battery died. You are probably gonna need a jump. I don't like to ask strangers for help simply because that kind of like puts me in the position to kind of be at their mercy. I am a female that's by myself and I need help. I called my friend who worked in the area that I was pretty much stranded at. I told him that I would be needing a jump. If you're watching this video, thank you so much. Shout out to you, boo. I tried to jump my car for about like 5 minutes and my car was not turning on for nothing. It wasn't until after about like 10 to 15 minutes of trying to jump my car that my car actually did manage to turn on. You're supposed to leave your car on for about like 30 minutes, keep it running. I didn't know that. Instead of leaving my car running for about 30 minutes, I actually let my car run for about 2 minutes. I turned it off to turn it back on. It didn't turn on. My friend suggested that we take out the battery, take it to like O'Reilly's or AutoZone and test the battery. The way that my battery is set up in my car, it's a little bit more complicated. Realizing that I was pretty much in a predicament with my car, I didn't know what else to do other than to call my mechanic. Wheelworks is a tire, auto repair, vehicle maintenance type of shop. The previous work that my car has had done, I have taken my car to Wheelworks. Car came out fine, there was no problem. I explained to them my situation and they said that they wouldn't be able to work on my car that day, like that night, close to closing. They gave me a tow truck driver's number that I could call and I could have my car towed there. When the shop opens up tomorrow morning, then they would be able to work on my vehicle. So that's what I did. Once when we arrived to the shop, the tow truck driver as well as myself expressed to the Wheelworks associate that we think that the problem is with my battery or with my alternator. If your car doesn't turn on, it could be one of three things. I'm gonna say the one of three things that it could be in order. If your car does not turn on, your battery has died. Your battery needs a jump. If it is not your battery, your alternator, it is the thing that charges the battery, which turns on your car. You don't want it to be at all, which is the starter. The next day, I got a call from Wheelworks. Initially, I missed the call. Before it connected me to the shop, you know that little thing that says, your phone call may be recorded for quality service. Maybe that for later on down the story. He tells me that the only problem with my vehicle was that my battery was, in quote, super dead. My alternator was fine. He even went as far to tell me that this is good news, that the problem is only my battery, that you would be looking at an easy $800. And the associate was kind enough to offer to have a printed out the type of alternator that I needed in case one day my alternator did go out. Only issue with my vehicle was the battery. He asked me to authorize the work to be done, which was for a simple battery change. I agreed for a battery change to be done on my vehicle. I got another call from Wheelworks about a couple hours later letting me know that my vehicle was done and that I was ready for pickup. That's when I got there. It was then once again explained to me that the only issue with my vehicle was that my battery was super dead. The associate also added that when he looked at my alternator, I was down to 1 volt. Here is the alternator estimate price, including the part and the labor. That's for the future in case you want to take it somewhere else. Signed my paperwork, paid my bill, drove my vehicle off the lot. 4 days later, it's my best friend's mom's birthday. I know you probably won't watch this. Happy birthday. I was planning on surprising my best friend's mom, my hometown, which is about an hour and a half away from where I live. Same situation happened. I go inside, I come out, I try to turn my car, and my car doesn't turn on. I can't even explain to you guys like the anger that was just going through me because I had just gotten my car back. I called my dad. Wasn't so much for like my dad to come help me, just wasn't in the area to do so. Just more because I was just so angry and frustrated. The fact that I just dropped off my vehicle and you guys told me that the only problem with my vehicle was my battery, but now my vehicle is dead. Once again, I'm 20 to 25 minutes away from my house. Towing is gonna be a bill, easy. I called a tow truck driver. I had my vehicle towed to my house. I did call Wheelworks back and told him that I was experiencing problems with my vehicle. I ended up speaking to the manager. He said that he would work on my car if I were to take it in that day. He said that he would do it for free. That does sound like a good deal. I'm really hesitant, really apprehensive on taking my vehicle to you guys again because you guys already worked on it. Here I am, fucked out of more money for towing, and now I'm stuck without a car. I did not take my car to Wheelworks. Instead, I kept it at my house for a couple of days. I ended up doing some research. One of the things that I learned while I was doing my research was about the alternator. When I got there to pick up my car, the guy told me that I had 1 volt left, which to me, I didn't think anything of it. Maybe an alternator has 2 volts or maybe 3 volts. When I looked up how many volts does an alternator have, Google told me it was 13. Shouldn't have driven off with 1 volt. So on one of the days that I posted about my car situation, one of my good friends hit me up. Shout out to Big Nigga. If y'all don't know who he is, I did a truth or drink video, alcohol edition. You guys should go check that video out. He saw that I was having car troubles and he asked me about it, and I told him, and he talked to his dad who also works on vehicles. I ended up getting a second opinion from another mechanic. He ran a battery, alternator, and computer diagnostic test, also performed a visual exam. The only issue that my car had was that my battery cables were extremely corroded. Not battery cables, I'm sorry, battery cable. It was just one cable that was really corroded. All corroded means is that there was battery acid around the cable. I asked him how often the battery cables should be cleaned. The mechanic told me that your battery cables should typically be cleaned after you install a new battery. Wait a minute, Rose. Didn't you just get a new battery?
Sure did.
Wheelworks did a half-ass job, and I ended up spending money that I pretty much didn't need to. I wanted to keep my car another day just to make sure that it turns on and it runs. Next day comes, same thing, and he tells me that he is pretty positive that the issue with my car was that my battery cables were corroded. Had Wheelworks just did their job to a satisfactory level, which is change out the battery, clean the cables, my car wouldn't have died. If my cables were clean, my car wouldn't have died. I wouldn't have needed to tow my car home. I wouldn't have needed to get a second opinion. I wouldn't have needed to get stressed. I wouldn't have needed to tow my car to the shop. I wouldn't have needed to pay for a fucking battery, alternator, computer system diagnostic test. I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, is your girl mobile? How's my car? My car has been fucking fantastic. Knock on wood. I know this isn't wood, but she hasn't died. There's no more problems. I don't know if my battery truly was dead when I first took it to Wheelworks. Let's just say for shits and giggles, maybe that wasn't part of their job description. Then at least let me know. Like, let the customer know, like, hey, we suggest that you clean your cables. Nothing about my battery cables being corroded. None of that was mentioned. This is where I'm gonna put Wheelworks in a little bit of a bad light, because this was just, imagine if my vehicle died while I was on the 152 or on the freeway going through the mountains. What if somebody else would have hit me? What if somebody else's life had been taken? What if my life had been taken? Coming to terms with the severity of the situation, I decided to file a complaint against Wheelworks. And I did try to look up on Google, and I could not find Wheelworks' corporate number or corporate email. The only thing that he had to offer was the customer service line. I called the customer service line and I told him that I wanted to file a complaint, and I asked for an email. I had drafted up, literally had drafted up an email for corporate explaining my situation with the half-ass work that they did. We don't really have an email. We have like this guy that it could go to, and I'll email him, and then you should be getting a call within 24 to 48 hours. I explained to her what happened from start to finish, how unsatisfied I was, severity of the situation, literally everything. Gave her my information. A week later, I did not hear from Wheelworks. They never called me back. They never sent me an email. The only thing that Wheelworks has sent me was a survey. That's it. I called Wheelworks again. I need a phone number. I need an email. I need somebody that I need to contact, because I've already tried to file a complaint with you guys. Nobody has called me back. It's been a week. Said, okay, looked at your case number and nobody has reached out to you. Like, it's literally documented that nobody reached out to me. Said that, okay, I'm gonna resubmit. I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna make sure sure somebody gets a hold of you. Here we are, and it's been 5 days and I still have not heard back from anybody. Corporate never called me. WillWorks corporate never called me. Get an email back. I got nothing back. The whole purpose of this video is to share and potentially educate others who are not educated on cars or may not know what to do for car situations. The fact that I was able to drive my car within those few days, the car suddenly didn't stop on me, I'm being looked out for. I got angels looking out for me. There's no oops, like it's okay. Plain and simple, like I could have died or somebody else could have died or I could have gotten hurt or somebody else could have seriously gotten hurt. I can't live with either one of those outcomes. If your job involves other people and other people's safety and their well-being and you don't care about that job, then please don't do that job. It's just that simple. And I know some people are probably gonna watch this video and be like, who cares? They didn't answer your complaint. But that's just the thing. I care. For those of you guys who are new car owners, car is a new responsibility for you. Do your research when it comes to mechanic. Don't be shy to ask questions. Don't just sign papers. Do your own research. Talk to more than one mechanic. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did telling it. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. Turn on the bell so that way you guys get notified every time that I upload a video here to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
When I'm going live on the ground.